Jaya Jaya Krishna Chandra Jaya Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare. Okay, since we were here, the real question is, please begin. The real question is, so yesterday we saw this part that even a devotee of God is not impacted by the effects of material nature. A pure devotee never comes under the clutches of illusion. Then what to speak of God Himself? Because He is supreme. There is no one equal or above Him. So if those who are below Him, if they are also not affected by the clutches of illusion, then what to speak of the Supreme Lord Himself? That is where we stopped. The real question is, how can we remain unpolluted by material contamination while in the material world? Srila Rupa Goswami explains that we can remain uncontaminated while in the world if we simply make it our ambition to serve Krishna. One may then justifiably ask, how can I serve? It is not simply a matter of meditation, which is just an activity of the mind, but of performing practical work for Krishna. In such work, we should leave no resource unused. Whatever is there, whatever we have, should be used for Krishna. We can use everything: typewriters, automobiles, airplanes, missiles, anything, any resource that we have can whichever can be used for Krishna should be used for Krishna, for the service of Krishna. If we simply speak to people about Krishna consciousness, we are also rendering service. If our own mind, senses, speech, money, and energies are thus engaged in the service of Krishna, then we are no longer in material nature. By virtue of Krishna consciousness, by virtue of spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness, we transcend the platform of material nature. So, uh, if somebody is using their mind, in your mind, if you're constantly thinking about, oh, what can I do next? How to please Krishna? How to serve Krishna? Through our senses, seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, everything is used for Krishna. You smell the flowers that you offer at the lotus feet of Krishna. You smell the tulsi leaf that you have offered at the lotus feet of Krishna. You hear about Krishna Katha, you hear kirtans, you hear bhajans written by our Vaishnava acharyas. When you are speaking, we speak of so many mundane things, okay, like in usually in Hindi when we speak, और बता क्या चल रहा है, और बता क्या चल रहा है, there is that is completely mundane. Instead of that, speak about Krishna. Speak about Krishna's pastimes, or you can spread about Krishna consciousness, or uh, share your experience in Krishna consciousness with others. That is using your speech to serve Krishna. Money, so most of us know that we are already, when you are distributing books, when you are donating books, or when you are offering it, donating in the temples, bona fide temples, of course, ISKCON temples, then your money is used for Krishna service. And energies, so whatever energy we have, if we are taking care of our health, the purpose is not that we want a long life, sab shant अच्छा रहे, शांतिमय रहे, सब settle हो जाए. That is not the point. We are not here in this material world to settle. We don't want to settle in the material world. We want to go back to Krishna. So using our energies, we are taking care of our health so that we can use this body and our mind, our intelligence, our skills, our talent, everything for Krishna service. So that way we are no longer in material nature. By virtue of spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness, we transcend the platform of material nature. It is a fact that Krishna, his expansions, and his devotees means who? Those who work for him, are not in material nature, Although people with a poor fund of knowledge think that they are. So, random, normal people, materialistic people, and devotees, if you see their activities, it will look they are doing the same thing. Devotees are also going to the office to do their work. Non-devotees are also doing the same thing, those who are materialistic. Devotees are also coming back from the office. They are also eating some snacks or something. They may be drinking herbal tea, herbal coffee. Non-devotees are also coming back, eating some snacks, taking some tea, coffee, or something, watching TV. But the difference is that the devotees are constantly engaged in thinking, okay, how can I serve Krishna? How can I serve the people in my family so that they also can progress in Krishna consciousness? How can I make sure that if somebody has children, how can I make sure that they also progress in Krishna consciousness? So although externally it may seem that okay, the activities of mundane materialistic people and the activities of devotees look same, but they are still not same. So people with poor fund of knowledge, who are foolish, a poor fund of knowledge, Srila Prabhupada has used it very nicely, very sweet way of saying that people with poor fund of knowledge think that they are all doing the same thing, they are in material nature. The Chaitanya Charitamrit teaches that the spirit soul is immortal and that our activities in the spiritual world are also immortal. The Mayavadis, who hold the view that the absolute is impersonal and formless, contend that a realized soul has no need to talk. So there are Mayavadi means somebody who does not uh, believe that Krishna or the Supreme Lord has a form. So such people are called Mayavadis. They also think that God is also under the clutches of the material nature. If that is the case, then obviously that person cannot be God, because if God is also illusion, then you cannot call such a person God. So that absolutely the concept itself is faulty, as we discussed yesterday, as we read yesterday. So the Mayavadis hold the view that absolute is impersonal, means has no qualities, and is formless, does not have a form. But Krishna, God, has a form. He has two hands. That is his original form. He has two hands. He's playing on the flute. He's always engaged in pastimes with his friends, with his girlfriends, his gopas, gopis, the Brajavasis. So they contend that a realized soul has no need to talk because they are always trying to control their senses artificially. So they feel that if somebody is very realized, then such a person does not really feel the need to talk. But the Vaishnavas, that is the devotees of Krishna, contend that when one reaches the stage, content means they agree to this point, that when one reaches the stage of realization, he really begins to talk. Previously, we only talked of nonsense, or batao kya chal raha hai, or how is your office work going on, or we talk of anything random. Okay, somebody may be watching some TV serials or something, and they are discussing about the TV serials as if what not. They are People discuss about cricket matches and about government and everything as if this is their headache. It is none of their job. Whether you discuss or not, things will go on as it has to happen. So basically all of these things is nonsense. But what do the devotees or Vaishnavas contend? That when somebody reaches the actual stage of realization, then they really begin to talk. Previously, we only talked of nonsense, the Vaishnav says. Now, let us begin of let us begin our real talks, the talks of Krishna. In support of their view that the self-realized remains silent, the Mayavadis are fond of using the example of the water pot, maintaining that when a pot is not filled with water, it makes a sound, but that when it is filled, it makes no sound. So Mayavadis, they use this example a lot, that a water pot, khali bartan, makes a lot of noise. So a water pot, when it is not filled with water, then it will make a lot of dug 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 noise. It will move here, it will move there. But as soon as it is filled with water, then it is steady, and so it does not make any noise. But Srila Prabhupada is asking a question here. Are we water pots? Are we matka? How can we be compared to water pots? A good analogy utilizes as many similarities between two objects as possible. Like if you really want to give an analogy, a good analogy is that the two things that you are comparing should have most number of similarities. How can you compare a water pot with a human being? A pot is not an active living force, but we are. Ever silent meditation may be adequate for a water pot, but not for us. Hare Krishna. Us means those who are devotees of Krishna or practicing devotees of Krishna. Indeed, when a devotee realizes how much he has to say about Krishna, 24 hours in a day are not sufficient. Haribol. In fact, a devotee is a person who realizes that 24 hours also are fall short, because there is so much to speak about Krishna. There is so much to speak about the devotees of Krishna also. It is the fool who is celebrated as long as he does not speak. For when he breaks his silence, his lack of knowledge is exposed. So if you see somebody who is very handsome or very good looking, very beautiful, you feel that wow, this person has such a amazing personality. But as soon as that person speaks, you when we realize that, oh, this person doesn't seem very intelligent, because what they are speaking sounds completely brainless. So that's what Srila Prabhupada is saying, that it is a fool who is celebrated as long as he does not speak. So a fool, if a fool looks very good, foolish person, okay, has no knowledge, has no sense, absolutely brainless person, but looks very beautiful externally, that person will be celebrated or will be liked by everyone as long as that person has kept the mouth shut. But as soon as such a person speaks, and it is seen that this person lacks knowledge completely, then that person is exposed. Then nobody likes that person. Then that external beauty does not affect anybody after that. So the Chaitanya Charitamrita shows that there are many wonderful things to discover by glorifying the Supreme. So we have come to the we have almost completed our 15 minutes reading today. Krishna willing, we will again meet tomorrow for our reading. If there is any question, then you can unmute and we can speak about it, or we end the session here. Okay, if there is nothing, then we'll stop our session here. Hare Krishna. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। गौरांग कोटि की जय। शिला जयप्रकाश स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय। शिला भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। And thank you once again. Thank you all so very much for joining and giving me your association, for helping me to read this wonderful book by Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.